And I'm thinking about your love. Never knew it could be so good. Thinking of your tender touch. Never knew I could care so much. Thinking about you, can't stop thinking about your love. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't figure out just what to do. Can't stop thinking about you. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't figure out just what to do. Can't stop thinking about you. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't figure out just what to do. Can't stop thinking about you. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't figure out just what to do. Can't stop thinking about you. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't stop thinking about your love. Can't figure out just what to do. In the morning, when I get out of bed, your loving figure.
Heaven is always in me. Heaven is working through me. Heaven is always in me. Heaven is working through me. Heaven is always in me. Heaven is working through me. Heaven is always in me.
All right. Sorry about
Got your
that.
issues together.
Yeah, a little bit of a technical
You had me
thing.
crackling over here in my headphones.
Are you cracking?
What's
Okay,
up,
I'll turn it
everybody?
down a little bit.
Happy. Thank you. Give me
All right, go ahead.
volume down a little bit.
You should be good.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, I got some. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are back. It's been a month, and we're happy that, let's see, how many of you? A few of you are here. Hopefully, a few more will join. It is Talent Tuesday, and we are back to check out some new and hopefully good music, because it is a holiday season. I do not have the patience for any crazy music. So I hope the producers are bringing it.
You've already started, huh?
DJ Spen.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, Kelly Spencer. I'm good. Good.
Great. Well,
All right.
welcome to Talent Tuesday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh.
Welcome to yourself.
Welcome.
Welcome to yourself.
Welcome to myself.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't been here in a month. We've been out anniversarying and Thanksgiving and celebrating and traveling.
Yeah.
And so here we are back again.
Yes. So.
All right. Well, we're going to get right into this. Would you like to do the honors of introducing our
Sure,
guests?
of course.
Okay, I think I'll let you do it.
So
today.
we have one of my...
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Stop.
okay.
I'm just looking behind me. What is this raggedy Charlie Brown Christmas?
It's supposed to be decorated by you. All I do, you know my job. My job, bring in the trees, do the outdoors. You do the indoor stuff. So I'm just like, okay, here we go.
Well, why would you plug it up?
Because you said plug it up.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
So there's my Charlie Brown tree that I'm sure will have.
Excuse me, my assistant needs me for a moment. So why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest?
I will do that. You go ahead and do that. One of my favorite people on the planet, first of all. One of my favorite producers on the planet, second of all. I've learned a lot of record company stuff from this guy. Watching what he does with his label Big Love, watching what he's doing with Defected, and he just, if there's somebody in my mind who has a little bit of a Midas touch, and I'm not going to say a full Midas touch, but this cat has a Midas touch.
Are you going to tell him what you call him behind his back?
What?
How you mess up his name all the time?
What? Seamus? Don't even start. Seamus Haji
Hey, Seamus.
is with us tonight.
Let me see
Hey,
him.
Seamus.
Have I
How
ever
good?
seen him?
I don't know if you've ever met Seamus before.
Where are my
but
glasses? I
they're
don't even have my glasses. Let me see. Oh, he's cute. Hi, Seamus.
Hi.
Hi. Have I met you in person before?
We met very briefly at your party at Ministry of Sound.
At
a
my
few weeks ago.
party. Yes, I
Yes.
believe we did, love.
Your party.
Oh,
good.
So anyway,
Thank
we've
you.
got
Thank you
Seamus
for being
Haji.
here with
Yeah,
us.
thank you, man.
I do remember.
You
now.
remember
Yeah, but
now.
it was so many. It was so crazy.
It's very brief.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here.
Yes.
My
So
pleasure.
that is the incredible Seamus Haji. We also have a newcomer. So we've mixed a legend tonight with somebody that
Who's
is
a legend in the making?
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Her name is Susan Esthera. She has a record out on Quantize. I mean, if you joined us in the very beginning, you would have seen the video promotion for her record entitled Ascension. So we have with us tonight as well, Miss Susan Esthera.
Hello.
Hey, Susan.
Nice
How
to
are you?
finally
Nice
meet
to
you,
meet
and thank you
Thank
for
you for
joining
being
us
here.
tonight.
Yes, of course.
We got phone ringing.
Yeah, we got
What
phone
are
ringing.
What are you
It's
doing?
just-
What you
it's
got going on
happening.
there, Spen?
It's just happening like it shouldn't be happening, but it's happening. So
Well,
it is what it
Susan,
is.
thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining
of
us. We're glad to have you here.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we should
I
get
think it's people trying to sell us something. Are you trying to
sell us something, really.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, here we go. Anyway, we also have with us Mr. Tommy Davis from the Quantize team, and we have the lovely Candace McKenzie.
The Duchess is in the
Yes,
house.
the Duchess of Margate. Margate. Yeah, Margate, Ramsgate, all the
Not
gates, whatever
Ramsgate,
the
not
gates
not
are.
Ramsgate, not Ramsgate.
Not Ramsgate.
The
Margate.
English gates. And last but not least, his royal young
Young.
Highness.
The prince. The prince of Q3.
Right, the Prince of Q.
Yeah,
Is-
Fresh Prince of Q3. Yeah,
The fresh prince of Q3 is in the house. He is freaky and he is funky. It is Mike Freak.
yes, funk freakness at its best.
What's
That
up,
is-
Hello.
Mike?
Hello.
Hello, Mike.
I just turned 69 yesterday.
Oh,
Your birthday was not yesterday, was it?
well, he said he just turned 69.
I know what
yesterday.
he said, but
You
that's not his real
understand?
birthday, though.
No, who knows when his real birthday is? Maybe it's the 69th of September or
It
something
is.
silly. Yeah,
69.
September 69. All right. All right.
We got to get into this because we have 5 songs.
Yes. And we added one so that the judges don't think
Yeah,
that we pulled
judges,
a
take a
fast
look
one.
at your link. We added a song last minute, so you may need to refresh so you see that song. And I hope Candace saw it, right?
Yeah,
I've
Candace.
got.
Right,
Well, I've got
Maybe she
5.
saw it.
You got 5.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
should be a total of 5.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
I've got 5.
Well, that's it. We're going to rock and roll and get right into this. For those of you that are joining for the very first time, where have you been? But we are here to check out some demos, and we want your feedback. So throw your comments in the chat. If you're on Twitch, hang in there and check out the poll. Make sure you vote so we can know how you feel about these songs. We just might sign something tonight. In my
Just
defense,
maybe.
I didn't have time to listen to anything. I just put it all in there. So
Uh-oh. So this is going to be interesting.
don't complain.
All right. So without
First
any
up?
further ado, first up is
We
a
got
track entitled Afro.
Afro Soul Fusion. I think
Afro
it's
Soul
called.
Fusion. All right. So Afro Soul Fusion. It is Talent Tuesday, everybody. Check it out.
I was too busy emailing the person, asking them if I could sign this record. Sorry. I love it. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see if everybody feels the same way. So who should we start with? Let's start with Susan. I'm going to start with Susan.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Susan, talk to me. How do you feel about this one?
I think overall I liked it. I felt like I was on the Caribbean somewhere sipping on a daiquiri.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the vocal might have needed a little bit of attention, maybe raising it a little. The break kind of came in a little bit abruptly, so that I was sort of like, whoa. But then I felt like, a nice transition into it would have been really cool.
Okay.
But overall, I really liked it a lot. I thought it was really dope. I almost kind of want to hear it sped up a little bit. See what the tempo kind of sounds like a little bit faster.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say a 7.
All right. Not too shabby. A 7 from Susan.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Let's check in with Seamus.
What you think, Seamus?
I think it's got some nice parts. I think the vocal is a bit lost in the mix. I think that's just because there's quite a lot of delay on the vocal, which I don't think it needs. I mean, look, if I'm going to be brutally honest, because I'm pretty particular,
As you should
would
be.
say, yeah, I would say, look, it's got some nice stuff, but I think it needs, like more of a DJ producer type to approach it. I think on the speed it up for sure, and I think make it more geared to the dance floor, like work on the arrangement and just make it just a bit clubbier and a bit more dance floor friendly. But I think there's some good elements there to work with.
Awesome. All right. So what number would you give it? Scale of 1 to 10.
The way it is, I'd probably give it like I'd say a 5 to 6 out of 10.
Okay.
5 to
Not
6.
bad. Not
All
bad.
right.
Thank you, sir.
Speed it up, DJ Spen.
You want me to just speed it up?
Yeah,
just
I
to
want
see
to hear what it sounds like.
yeah.
It's more like 110 beats per minute.
Already sounds
It,
like
it gives it a nice flavor. Okay, so you see what the judges think about it sped up. Tommy Davis.
Yes.
What say you?
Hey, first of all, I'm unmuted. To all the unquantized people, the end of the year, I'll thank y'all for everything y'all did for unquantized. You can go on unquantized page and see what kind of year we had. Thank y'all. This is my chance to say it to y'all personally. So we had a great year. Personally, I don't think this is for unquantized. I can't feel it. It's not my kind of song. I just don't do it. I give it a 4.
Really? Okay.
Interesting.
I'm
I
there.
must be the outlier today.
Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out and find out why.
I said what I said, and I stand by what I said, regardless of what you all professional producers say. I don't care.
No, Kelly, I'm house. I'm sorry.
I know. I knew you were gonna. I knew what you were gonna say. I was prepared.
Okay, so let's see. This is gonna be interesting. Candace McKenzie, what do you think?
Thank you so much. Well, I'm with Susan sipping that daiquiri on a beach somewhere, perhaps somewhere like Bermuda, somewhere like that. It's a nice chill out track. I like it. I would give it a 6 out of 10.
Hey, Candace.
Okay, thank you. All right, and last but not least, Freaky Mike, what say you?
I loved it when you sped it up. That kind of gave
Okay.
it a different groove to it. So, yeah, it was a little. Did someone change my name here? I get distracted.
Yeah, I think it's more apropos. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I loved it when you sped it up. It was a little too dragging, but I think it being slow has its own has its own place. It could be a loungy type of song. You could kind of hear it like it's a good beach song.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I loved it when you sped it up. So that's
All right,
my
scale of 1 to
second.
10 then. What you think?
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a true 7. Okay.
Well, what
Now
do you
let's
think?
talk to you. No. Let's talk to you.
Now I did step away, but when it came on, I liked it. And when I
Okay.
came back in the room, I liked it.
Okay.
I did. I really do.
Right.
It's a whole vibe. I like the vibe.
Right.
Again, everybody knows I'm not a house head. So
Yeah, right.
I mean, I like this.
Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm giving it an 8. Now I didn't hear. I'm interested in hearing that part that Susan said about the break and needing
Let's
transition.
see. Let's get
Yeah.
to it. Let's see.
I actually heard that part.
Oh, right.
And based on the island we just came from, they wouldn't play this. They like country western in St. Lucia.
All right, which is crazy.
Literally.
I would have never thought that. Okay. So this is the break. And you like it. Look, you like what you like. Don't look at me like like y'all DJs crazy.
I do. Well, how do you feel? Tell us how you feel.
Honestly,
talk about how you feel about it overall, and then talk about the production and where it might need.
Overall, because of the way that it is and the type of a demo that it is, I'm giving it an 8 myself. I like the vibe of it. I like it down here. I like it down here.
Maybe we still on vacation.
Maybe, but I like it down here, and I like it even more up here. And maybe I'm listening to it for the purposes of hearing where it can go.
Yeah.
But I think Seamus is on to something, definitely. I mean, with the right producer, this track could literally have some decent legs. So I mean, I like it for a demo. The music is properly done. Nothing's out of place. It's nicely done. It's an 8 as a demo for me.
Okay. All right.
That's what I think.
All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I put the poll up. I forgot.
I did.
Did Mike? Did you?
Yeah, I did. It's 81%. People loved it.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so you're not completely out.
Okay.
Of sorts.
So it's not just me. Twitch is giving us some good feedback.
Good.
And I'm gonna go log in for the next song and check out the fan Mary. Hey Mary.
Mary who?
Mary.
Mary.
Mary, why you bugging?
Oh.
Mommy. Hey Mary. What's up, Mark Miller? And hey Teo over on Facebook. All right, let's get into the next one.
All right, the next one is called Feel the Heat.
Feel the Heat.
As Talent Tuesday continues.
Feel that. See what's on. See what's real. Take that light, feel Take that ride. Feel that. See what's on. See what's real. Ooh.
Okay. Feel the heat.
Yes.
I'm lukewarm. I'm actually a little chilly.
You're a little chilly. Okay.
It's got a whole bunch of elements that I don't know the technical stuff, but listen, I'm distracted. The triangle and then the techno piece in there. It's just too much.
Okay.
But I like, when it came on with that slap. I love a good slap sound.
Yeah. It did.
But I thought it was going
right.
somewhere and it didn't go there.
Right.
So I want to talk to Tommy first because.
Well, no, you may as well go ahead and give it a. You may as well go ahead and give it a number.
I want to give. A number.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not fair because. 5.
Okay, that's not bad.
5. I'll give it a 5. Okay, Tommy.
Yes.
What did you think?
I liked it. I mean, when I think of demo, this is what I think of. I don't expect somebody to come into a demo show that have the skills that do a professional work, because those people wouldn't come on a demo show. They would actually go straight to a label. So I assume that everybody that sends a demo in here are of the caliber trying to get their break out there. And this person, I think, did a great job of doing that. I hear what you were trying to do enough to say, I like where you're going. You still got some way to go, but I hear where you're going. And, the vocalist was nice. The energy was nice. I mean, it was enough to make me dance. And after the last song from the Jamaican islands, it was such a refreshing thing to be back. And
DJs, I am well qualified to say you DJs are very weird people. Okay. All
right.
But okay, if you like it, I love it. What's the score?
So I want to say this is, hey, keep working on this idea. Don't let this go. This is a really great song. The vocalist was on point, handling it. They had their own vibe. I can't say they sound like anyone else, which is hard to find nowadays. So I give it a 7.
Well, when you say don't let it go, keep working on it, what work do they need to do?
Oh, there's a whole bunch for this label.
Like I said.
And I work with Spen. Oh my God. You know what?
Okay, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, so more work.
All right. Okay. Seamus Haji.
Yeah.
What say you?
What Seamus says.
I think it's got a vibe, but I agree with Tommy. I kind of think it's one of those. If somebody sends to me, I'll sort of go, nice. Just you need to just keep working at your craft. It's not something that I would look at sort of signing, but it's got some nice vibes. I mean, I think the vocals were a bit pitchy in places, and they had some nice ideas with the sort of unusual sort of analog synth sounds. But yeah, I just think it needs they need to work a lot more on their production techniques. They just need to keep working on what they're doing. But there's something there, but they just got to keep working at it.
All right. What would you give it number-wise?
As a demo, I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10.
Okay. 4 out of 10. All right. Susan Esthera.
It was okay. The bass I thought was interesting. Had an interesting sound to it. It was a vibe. Got my head bouncing a little. The vocal I heard was a little pitchy at times. It had some cute background strings in there. The solo was okay. I felt like there were a lot of elements going on. I felt like some stuff could have been taken out. A little bit too much reverb on the vocal at points as well. But it was okay. I mean, I give it probably about a 5.
Okay.
5
All right.
Susan. We're on the same page.
Yes, we
All
are.
right.
All right. Who's next?
We should talk to Candace about
All right, Candace, what you think?
Thank you. Well, for me, it just reminds me of, like back in the early noughties when there was loads of like R&B. Why do you always laugh at my descriptions?
Naughties. Now go ahead.
In the early noughties, when there was when there was loads of like R&B, like loads of house mixes of R&B tunes. That's what it kind of reminded me of, something like that from like the noughties, which is not necessarily. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or anything. I'm just saying that's what it reminds me of.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's something for Quantize, unfortunately. But I thought that they did a good job, so I'm going to give them a 6 out of 10.
All right, a 6 from Candace. Mike, could you do anything with this for Q?
It needs a bit more work right there.
Okay.
Just like what everyone said. For me, I was hoping at least, I was waiting for something nice on the beats to come, but it just didn't happen. Like everything else, I mean, you could fix a couple of things right there, but there wasn't any. I was looking for something to make me groove, and I didn't get that on my end. So yeah, but the vocals is pretty good. So there's a little bit of a vibe right there. It's got potential, so it needs a bit more, a couple more work on this one. So now,
all right. What's your score?
Well, go ahead.
I'll give this a 5.
A 5. Okay.
There's an interesting topic right there. Someone on Facebook said.
I saw that.
Yeah, Glenn Williams. That is a good question.
So, I mean, how I'll answer that is, these are. So Mike is a musician in addition to being a producer and DJ and the managing director of our newest label. So I'm sure for Mike, he's probably listening from a musician standpoint, but also, as label execs, we all listen. The bottom line is, can we sell it? Okay. We love giving back to this community, but we're not running this label for free, just to put people's music out. So it's, can we sell it? Is the music a match for one of our labels? Candace is our head of A&R, so you must be new to this, Glenn. So really what I'll say is, I think for each judge, it's different. Mm-hmm. But the reason that we do this and that we have professional producers come on and join us as judges, because we don't give them a rubric and say, oh, if it doesn't have this, score it this. They're each listening from their experience. And I think the value of this show is that producers can get the feedback. Otherwise, please send your music to demos@quantizerecordings.com and our A&R team will check it out and give you a yes or no. But this platform was designed to give producers, especially we started during the pandemic, and many of the producers were producing for the very first time. Literally, they ordered some equipment and they had started producing in their bedrooms, and we have released some of them. And so that's what this platform is for. So no really standard criteria. It's based on each person's own, experience.
Right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Good. Wait a minute. Did we get everybody on this?
I think we got everybody. Did we get everybody?
Well, Mike, what did the people say? Because I can't imagine. I know how Twitch goes.
I think it's about 61%. Some people, 61% were not feeling it.
We're not feeling. Yeah, that's. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I've been spinning since 1978. I've been wanting to get into producing. I get thousands of tracks per month. Okay. Well, I'll tell you this, as from a label perspective, if this were a demo, we don't give demos very long. You get thousands, we probably get triple that. We don't have time. And we're a very small team. When we get demos, we don't have a whole lot of time. We listen generally as a team, unless Candace hears something that is like, wow, she just goes for it. But a lot of times we bring it to the team. We do the Motown concept, all of us, whether we're marketing, whether we're social media, we all listen and we give thumbs up, thumbs down. But we don't have the luxury of listening to the whole track and then putting it in the car and then rewinding it. We're literally checking the track out just for that value of, you know, and somebody may say, wait a minute, let me rewind this. I think there's something there. And
also you have to understand, this is not something where people are just sending us demos and we're saying, oh, let's just put it on.
Right.
We solicit these demos for this show. So it's not, you know, this is not something where we're just taking demos and
out
just
of a mailbox,
out of a mailbox and just let's put them, let's go online. That's not what this is. It's not what it is.
So on our other format, that is the way we you know, we do our demos. And you know, thinking about the big labels, you know, I know from talking to, you know, people at other labels, if I think we get a lot, they laugh at how many we get. They wish they get, you know, had our numbers low to them. And the real big labels say we just, you know, even with the resources they have, they, you know, they don't have the time and they're not interested. You know, they want that. They're looking for their next big song that's going to make them money.
And actually, maybe we could get Seamus to kind of chime in.
Oh, Seamus.
I was just about to. Yeah, let's bring in Seamus right here.
Seamus, talk.
I mean, I get so many demos. I don't know the number of demos, but you know, it's a lot. And it's just like when I used to work in record shops selling records. When I was buying records in, you just do a needle drop. You literally go boom, boom, boom. Quickly. I could tell that quickly what the record was. I would have done that with something like Crystal Waters and probably been like, oh wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And then you buy the record in and you sell it, because that's how you sell the record as well. You play it to people and go, this bit, that bit, and they go, fine, I'll take it. So even playing records to people to buy, they weren't listening to it all the way through. You were just playing the best bits of the record, you know? But yeah, I get so many demos and you have to be brutal. You can just tell straight away if something's good or bad, or if it's worth spending more time on, or whether it's worth talking to the producer and say, listen, we can actually help you with this, or, you know, go away and work at your craft. But a lot of the time it is, you know, in a nice way, way.
I know exactly what you mean, but I think a lot of times, you know, artists think that because you're being kind of just as forthcoming as you can be, that they take it as being rude. But I mean, when you're getting, and I mean, I can't even imagine how many demos come through, you know, the defected pipeline. It has to be insane. It has to be insane. So I mean, there's no way that you can give every demo is not created equal, which is the other thing. You know, I mean, you know, there's some demos that come through here that are like, okay, well, this has potential. Let's get them to work on it. And then there's other ones that are just like, okay, this is a record that's already done. Nothing you can do to it. So
and it's, you know, when I first started working on the music side of the label, I forced Tommy and Spen into this meeting we used to have every week called demo discussion. Remember that, guys? And they would literally say, you know, I would play it and they'd say, stop. Go into the song, move up like 3 minutes. And I'd move up and it would play for literally 2 seconds. And I would just be trying to hear it. And they would be like, nope, move on. And I would be arguing the case, you know, guys, you really have to listen. Let's go back. And they would say, no, we're not new to this. No, we can hear it doesn't have that thing. And then after a while, you know, after about a month of doing that, I realized that my approach wasn't sustainable. And then I started doing the same thing, like fast forward, nope, move on. And, you know, I cringe when Candace goes away and she's on leave and I have to man that box because, you know, to go through 300 songs, who has, you know, 300 minutes even? No, I don't. So I listen to each one for about 45 seconds and that's it.
All right. As we move into track 3, this track is called I Miss You. It is Talent
I Miss You. That's a name that's been used a lot.
A whole lot. So let's see if this is
Let's see if this is it.
miss you. I 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 miss. I miss. I miss. I miss. I miss. I miss.
Are you over there playing with the video?
I miss you.
A little bit.
All right, that was.
That's rocking. That was with the record.
Were you into the Spen trying to make the video match the music, or were you into the song? So I need
I'm
to
just
know.
playing around. I'm sorry.
I need
I
to
found that video and I was like, oh, this is dope. I used it when I did David Morales' stream. I was just, oh, that's really nice.
All right. So
Anyway, Bojangles, everybody. Bojangles.
let's start with Seamus on this one. Seamus, this one was a little bit of the different vibe. What did you think about this one?
I mean, look, I'm just going to be honest, man.
I want you to, please. I love it.
Another one. It's another demo. It's a demo, isn't it? The thing is,
It is.
when record labels get music sent in, they don't necessarily want something that is a demo that needs lots and lots of help and lots of work, because you can't do that for everybody, and you can only do that if there's something really magical in what you hear. So I don't hear something magical in this. It's nice, and somebody's made this music because that's what they're feeling. So it's not about dissing somebody or saying your music's not good or it's not good enough. I mean, listen, we live in a world now where if you're making music and you want to self-release it, you can self-release music.
Absolutely.
Right.
So if you believe in yourself and your music to the extent that you think, well, I think it's really good and I think the world needs to hear this, you can make stuff available. Obviously, it's not the same as going through a record label, because the record label will promote your music and is probably plugged into certain places that you won't be. But at least you've still got that outlet where you can release music if you really want to. And it might be that you make a piece of music and you believe in it and you just want to make it, you just want to put it out there and be heard. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want somebody else to take money out of their pocket and invest in your record with their time and energy and their resources, it's just got to be at a certain level for somebody to sign it. And unfortunately, this record isn't. So it's one of those where I'd say, look, you've got to keep working at it. It's a very competitive marketplace. You've got to be, you're competing with people like DJ Spen or whoever. It's a very tough market to crack, you know? So that's kind of what I think about that record.
Yeah.
Give me a number.
It's going to be like a 3, in all honesty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Somebody says, and I think that's Big Tone 911 over on Twitch says this is the Gap and H&M label music, and that's the other thing. You know, you're submitting your music hopefully to somewhere you think that it could possibly be released. As Seamus said, that's the reason. Otherwise, you would just put it on Bandcamp yourself, and you can do that. Have at it. You know, we'll cheer you on. But when you submit to a label, you should really think about the label, what the label does, and does it jive with what you do? Right. And so there is a label that would probably eat this up, and and maybe this is the kind of thing you might hear on a Gap jingle or H&M or somewhere.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Thomas Davis.
This is what I really like about Talent Tuesdays, because we're in a dance market, and the reason why I like Unquantized a lot, because it could take a record like this and actually compose it. Like Glenn is asking the thing, sometimes we do pick a record up that has to have work done to it if we hear something in it. But what the show gives us a chance to do is to tell a producer what to do. So if whoever did this, the idea is great. What you might want to do is work with other producers that skills a little bit one step up, so they can take your idea and make it so when you submit it to someone like us, we can hear past the stage level where you're at. And it's really hard for these home producers and beginning producers to understand that. Now this record has some of the elements of old house piano little riffs, and but it still was a great song. It was a great song. It just I would play it. I would just have to put a kick, a quantize under it, and
see, that's not it though, Tommy, because what you would play and what you would sign is always two different things. Because honestly, you all, Tommy will go through the demos box and he will rock almost anything. He'll, he basically remakes the song while he's playing.
Pieces. Tommy Davis is the guy that I used to walk into a record store. Just so you have an idea of who Tommy Davis really is. I would walk into the record store that he was working in as a teenager, and he would be beating the part of a record by like Hazel Dean, some import that nobody's ever heard. He would just play the one piece of it at the very beginning, and next thing I know, I'm running home because of this record that I bought one copy of, mind you. He's in the store playing two. I go home, I play the one version, and I'm just like, I can't play this record. It only has one part in it. That's Tommy Davis. He can take pieces of anything and make it something.
Yeah.
He's just a master at it. And he could sell you that record and you'll run out of the store thinking, oh, I got something and spent your hard-earned money on something you can't really
what
play.
I'm saying to his producer is that you got this. It's like I try to encourage producers here to work with other guys. So if you really if we really like this record, want to sign it, all we're going to do is merge you with me or Gary Hudge or Spen or Damon Rand. We're going to merge you with other producers that have a step up to help your track the level of the label. So there's one thing that we Spen and I tell producers is that if you're going to submit the stuff to us, take your record and put it side by side to something on Quantize. If your record quality don't sound like something already on Quantize, then you have some work to do. So I like the idea of this record. I'll say definitely I give it a 7.
Okay.
And
Tommy, that's good, because if it went to the demos box, it would just get we're sorry, this is not for our label standard email that we have. If it comes to Talent Tuesday, the purpose is to get just a little bit of feedback.
All right, so we'll see.
Let's check with Susan.
No. Since you mentioned that,
since I mentioned demos, all right.
Go ahead,
Candace, what would you do with it?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay. So, what I wrote down is that I said I like the song. It's like a nice, simple song. It's quite catchy. But it's just a good demo. Like I wrote down, it's got potential. Like I can see where it's going. But for me, it just needs some oomph. Like Tommy said, he's gonna want to put like a quantized kick on it. Like it definitely just needed something else. So it's something that, if it had come through in the demos, I would have thought, this is a nice song, but I wouldn't have signed it, unfortunately. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 on this occasion.
All right. All right.
Let's go over to Susan.
Yeah, I kind of I agree with pretty much all y'all said. I felt like it has some potential, and I kept thinking that I Miss You over and over in my head. I felt like it was like what you were saying. It's like a commercial because it gets stuck in your head. So that was there. It has potential. It needs a lot of work. The music needs a lot of work. I'd probably give it a 6.
Okay.
All right.
Freaky Mike, what'd it be like?
I was saying that I Miss You part right there. It's got a hook. It can hook you. So it means it has something right there. It just needs to elevate, the production part of the track. So it's it needs work, just like the others. So I'll give this one a 6.
All right.
But the fact that I'm still singing that I Miss You.
Well,
right. It's affection. It's affection, so it definitely has something.
What did I say? It reminded me of in the very beginning.
I don't know.
I can't remember what song.
I don't remember, but there it is.
So what did you think?
I agree with everybody else. I mean, everything they said is accurate. I give it about a 5.
What could they do? One thing they could do to make it better.
I think the musicianship needs work. It almost sounds like it was played by somebody who's not a musician. I think that if you collaborate with a real musician, you may come up with something that would blow even your mind, that would take the whole entire thing to a whole nother level. But because I think the way that it is just too simple.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Mike, did we have a vote on this one?
I think it was 51%.
Okay, well that's
yes.
not bad
It was
because
50.
Wow.
50 said
On the
no,
yes
but that
side.
means 50 said yes, right? Half and half.
Yeah, it is a 50-50 kind of deal. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
All right. All right. So we
All
are
right.
rolling on.
This
to track
is
number 4.
I
What is
Want to
it?
See You.
I want to see you.
I
All right.
Wanna See
It's
You.
Talent Tuesday. Stay with us and tell us how you feel about this next one.
I wanna see it through and spend my life with you. I wanna see it through and spend my life with you. While sailing on the ocean above. We're reaching for the stars up above. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Make me feel like I'm dreaming, like I'm dreaming, like I'm dreaming, like I'm dreaming. Like I'm dreaming. Like I'm dreaming. Make me feel like I'm dreaming. Make me feel like I'm dreaming. Make me feel like I'm dreaming. Like I'm dreaming. Like I'm dreaming. Like I'm dreaming. Wanna see it through and spend my life with you. I wanna see it through and spend my life with you. I wanna see it through.
Did you just hit me?
Yes.
All
You're not
right.
paying attention to me today.
Okay. All right. Let's. I'm reading the comments. Some folks are saying this is the best one so far, and I'm curious to see what everyone else I'm going to start with Twitch because it looks like 80% on Twitch said yes to this one.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. And some nice comments over on Facebook. People liking the vibe. Tail Wink gave it a 7.5. So,
Okay.
Jim, I don't know what your last name is, but shout out to you over on Twitch. Says this one has the most potential so far, and he's giving it a 7. So let's hear what our judges think if they agree with that. Who are we going to start with?
Let's start with Seamus.
All right.
So yeah, this one I thought it was. It's the piano's nice. It's got a nice piano hook, and the vocals got a nice melody. It's catchy. I mean, look, I think as a sort of, again, like a lot of these tracks, you know, as a track to go out. I don't think this is the finished article.
Right.
But a lot of these records, it's like, let's say hypothetically, a record like that was signed to Quantize and someone like you or Tommy were to produce it and help out. That's the thing. Records like this can be completely transformed because somebody will come in, treat the music in a more sophisticated way, also with the production, make it a lot more playable, a lot more clubby, take the elements that work and work the arrangement. So a lot of the time, that's what it comes down to. You might have just like a little fragment of an idea and it can become so much more once somebody that knows what they're doing gets involved in the record, right? So I mean,
Right.
I've remixed a lot of records in my time and turned R&B records into house records or whatever, and it's like you're just taking a tiny element and then just completely converting that record into something else. So again, it's like it depends on the label if they believe in the record and if it's something they feel that it's got enough about it to invest in, basically.
All right. So, what number would you give this track in particular?
I would give it like a 6 to 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Let's go to Susan.
All right,
Thank you.
Susan, what's up?
Yeah, I really liked it. If I were vibing out at a club, and that would not make me go to the bar, I would stay on the dance floor and do my thing.
Nice. Okay.
So I did like it. I loved the vibe. I felt like it needed, like what you were saying earlier, the quantize kick. I felt like it needs that. I love the piano. It was my favorite one so far, and I would give it an 8.
All right.
All right.
Mike Freak.
I'm hearing different types of things already. Like one, I could see this having like a proper dub, like just that main line just going over and over. That could work. It's a lot of good things about this record. Is it perfect? No, it's still, it still needs some work, but it's good. It's pretty good. So I really like it. Yeah. And there's that hook right there. The one that's saying the high pitch. Like you can just loop that over and over, and take out the bass line and bring it back for like minutes. It's pretty dope. So yeah.
What's a good number for you?
This one is 8 for me.
All right. My man John the Mixer in the chat room over on Twitch.
John
he says
Morales
it needs work.
in the house. The man
gives
has
it
spoken.
he gives it a 6.
Okay, John.
Also a big what's up to Brandon Morales. What's up, dude? Appreciate you checking us out. All right, Candace, what you think?
Thank you. So, like Seamus said, it's not the finished article, but if this one had come into the demo's inbox, I definitely would have presented it to the team for them to have a listen to it as well. And I think if it was to be signed, I think if it had a Mike Freak remix on it for QU3, as he is now known as the Prince of QU3. I think it would be quite a good track, but as it is, it's not. It needs more. So I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay, cool. I see you, John Morales. I'm going to call you. I had to get prepared for a show, bro. I had to get prepared. I'm getting there.
Tommy Davis, while these two are having a chat, Tommy Davis, what do you think about this one?
First of all the tracks today. This is why we do Talent Tuesdays. We don't really get a really good vocal Talent Tuesday, and it's so
Yeah,
good to hear y'all send vocals
I
in.
know.
Actually,
It
yes,
is.
yes, that
It
is true.
really
Because
is.
we've been unquantized and Q3 heavy for the past few months, really.
Right. And so I want to start off by saying this is that what we do, and we've been doing this for years and years, is that there's nothing we never heard in another track. So some of you producers are new to the house game. So some of our critique is because we've heard somebody do something similar to what you're doing, way, way better. So you might not realize that we're comparing you to other records that sound like what you're trying to do. And it's not fair if we don't tell you that there's no the 88 keys on a piano have been done so many times in house music that if you're going to do them, you got to do them right, because there's certain ways that it doesn't work, especially in house. It's the simpler it is, the more harder it is for you to do it. So I really like this track because it kind of had the basics of what house started off maybe 20 years ago, which was simplicity, you know what I mean, and basic, like sort of like swimming places. If DJs out there, y'all know what it is. It's a way to build a piano up and not really do a whole melodic line. So I really like that about this track. So like Seamus said, or like now, if you go on track stores, if we sign this record, you have like 2 or 3 seconds before the person skips into your track. So what we're looking for is magic so that they don't hit that button.
Right. Correct.
So that they don't hit that button.
It's worse than being in a record store, actually.
It's worse, right?
It
So
really
the
is
track
bad.
stores drops at least 5,000 records a week. So the average person is not going to let your song say, well, I'm going to see how it builds up. No, they're going to go bing. Okay, next song. So we look for the songs to have that because you're only going to have that much of an audience. So I give this track a 6.
All right. 6 from Tommy Davis. Okay. As let's see, we move on. We're gonna move on to track number 5, which I believe is called "I Can't Believe It," all one word. I think it's "I Can't Believe It," all one word. So this is our next track. It is Talent Tuesday.
No, that's not what it's called.
What is it called?
Hold on. We butchered
It looks like it's called "I Can't Believe It."
Oh, it is.
It's called I Can't Believe It, yeah.
Yeah, the last one we butchered. It was called "I Want to See It Through," not "I Want to See It." Okay, I'm just making sure. People are sensitive.
We put the correct titles up.
Okay, that's nice. All right, let's listen to this last one. I can't believe it. This producer is the producer of another track that we've heard tonight. I won't tell you which one, but let's get into this. It's Talent Tuesday. last track of the night. Interesting comment from Brandon Morales. It says the entire track is scrubbing. The vibe flow doesn't match the vocal, in addition to it being off key. Reminds me of MTV Music Generator video game for PlayStation. I don't know what that was. That's probably, I'm probably too old.
All right.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Freddie Sanin, Shelter Records in the house on Twitch. All right, let's get into this and start with Susan.
Okay. The bass was nice. There's just way too much going on in the track. Reverb for days. It was very pitchy, not in the right key. Yeah. It's also not a quantized type of song either. So I would probably give this maybe like a 3.
All right. 3 from Susan. Thank you. Mike Freak, I know you're about to head out, so can we get your feedback on this last one?
He's already gone.
He's already gone. All right.
So fast.
So let me take, oh, I just missed the chat too. Sorry. I just missed the poll. So let me just take a look at just a little bit. Sounds like the beat was created separate from the beat in the wrong key. Okay. I think they sampled, who's that? Who's SZA? What is that? Somebody vocals. That's what Blue Angel said. How do you say that name? I don't know.
SZA.
Is it SZA?
I don't know.
70 something. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, it is. Okay, it is SZA. Thanks, Tony LeBron. 78% said no. Okay. Sounds like Yellow Magic Orchestra Firecracker, says Big Tone 911.
Interesting.
Oh, she's an R&B artist. Is she? Okay, a new one. Okay, I got to check her out. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go over to, who we going to next? Seamus. All right. That little wicked laugh.
Yeah, I'm like devil's advocate, aren't I? You know what? What's funny? It's funny, isn't it? It's really. I think music's really subjective, isn't it? Because I saw some of the comments and someone said something about it sounded like Yellow Magic Orchestra, and like I don't hear that. No disrespect, and maybe it's because they hear the synths, or some people are saying it sounds like an arcade game. I think some of the synths I actually like because it reminds. It could be like an early '80s boogie record by Roy Ayers or something. That's what I hear. But the thing is, And what Tommy said earlier is really good as well, because I respect everybody that submitted their demos, because most of these have all been vocal records and they're not cover versions. You know, people are trying to compose original music and original songs, and that is not easy, right? So anybody that's submitting demos like this, which are original, I take my hat off to them. They might not be getting it, they might not be nailing it, but they're at least trying to make stuff that's original and not, you know, and there's a lot of cover versions out there and people sampling records. So these people they're really making an effort to do original music. This vocal, I don't know if it's original. Somebody said something about the girl being an R&B artist. I didn't know if it was like a vocal that had been taken from the Splice and they've auto-tuned it. It sounds like there's a lot of auto-tune on the vocals and it's not quite sitting. But so the music, some of the music's quite nice. It's just a little bit, it's a bit odd. It's quite an unusual record, that's what I'd say. And I'd probably give it like a 3 or 4 out of 10, to be honest.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough. Let's go over to Tommy.
Tom,
what you think?
I think Seamus said it well. I mean, it's, again, another song where I can't hear past the production, and it's really hard. Sometimes after these shows, I have to go and re-listen to the songs without it coming through your mix of Spen and with all the noise of the things. Sometimes I hear it a lot better. So, but all in all, I'm listening to the characteristics of the song. So I agree with what people saying in the chat. And for the producer, in this chat room, you got some heavy-hitter producers in here that are giving you tips. If you pay attention to what they're saying, they really know what they're talking about. They really do. So I got to give our chat applause because they're always on it. They're always nailing different things and different advice and different approaches to doing it. So I give it a 4.
All right, 4 from Tommy Davis. All right. Well, let's who else do we need to check with? Candace.
Uh-huh.
I'll
All
just
right.
keep it short and sweet. I'm just going to give this one a 5.
Okay.
5. All right, Candace. Spen, you're on the hook.
I think that it has musically it has potential. I didn't think that the music met the vocal at all. Not really. I mean, maybe in this I Can't Believe It section at the end, it was pretty good. I give it a 5. I give it a 5.
All right. You know, one day we're going to have to do a show and just have a whole bunch of guests from the
chat room.
From the chat room. Dennis Charles says the percussion felt disconnected and the quantize was off.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, we get some hey there, Eddie and Love. So DJ Flash Lewis gives it a 6. So, you know, it just depends on the person. Teo Wink says it's a nice smooth groove. He likes the vocals and he gives it a 7.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You know, there you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, what did you think?
I didn't think it was terrible. It wasn't really my kind of thing, but
Which is why I gave it a 5. It's not.
I wasn't thinking like,
hard.
okay, this is. I would have probably listened for, you know, a minute or so.
Well, what I didn't understand is when it got to that awesome break with the percussion, I was like, where was that during the rest of the song? It's like, why did you hold all that?
So you were looking for that feel earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
right.
it's weird because, you know, another reason why I'm giving it a 5 is because the arrangement actually felt like it was an old record. You know, It's kind of like going into this thing and then goes into this like disco break with like the drums and the bongos and the congas and stuff, and then it comes back out. But, you know, I mean, with a lot of those records, it's very interesting that it happened to be that way because I thought that was the best part of the record as well. But, you know, I mean, we used to carry on with records that used to have drum breaks in them and just play the drum break and never play the rest of the record. Nobody knows what the rest of the record sounds like. You know, so, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, part of the reason I gave it a 5.
All right.
There you go. So,
well, we have reached the end.
Yes, we have reached the end of our Talent Tuesday. Listen, Seamus, Haji, listen to me, man. The fact that you even spent this time with us is really, I don't know what to say, man. Thank you for coming on with us and spending some time with us because I know you have an extremely busy schedule. So thank you.
My pleasure
for that, and hopefully we can get you to come back at some point. Hope you enjoyed it. Same with you, Susan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know, your record is awesome, and
it is.
Yeah, it's you know, it's doing what it's doing. So thank you for trusting us to do that. Of course, Tommy, we love you.
And we got to thank all the producers because, you know, it takes a thick skin to really send in your music and have it publicly reviewed and critiqued. And, you know, I tell people all the time, people have reached out to me afterwards and I say, you know, half the people in the chat who are producers, they are truly not brave enough to submit their music. So even though they got a lot of mouth, they do not have a lot of action to back it up. They have not submitted their work. I don't see their names on the top of track source. So listen, you know, don't be discouraged. Keep on keeping on. You know, and I say this and people think I'm joking. For every DJ Spen song that is produced, you know, for every 5, there are 3 that I don't like.
Careful now, careful. I live with you.
Same with Tommy Davis, you know, and Mike. I listen to their music and I'm like, what label we putting this on? So, you know, keep on keeping on, keep on honing your craft. And really take opportunities like this to connect with people who can give you honest feedback. And what I'm most proud of is that connections have been made on Twitch. You know, producers have hooked up with singers and people who are musicians have hooked up with producers. And so, you know, just keep on working on your craft. Don't give up. And we'll still be here. As long as we can do this, we're going to keep doing this. Music at quantizerecordings.com if you're brave enough. If you don't want your stuff out there in these streets, that's okay. Go ahead and send your music to demos at quantizerecordings.com. And Candace will take a listen. The A&R team will take a listen And we hold your music dear. We don't share it beyond our team. We don't give it to anyone. And that's the way it is. But if you send it to demos, you're not getting feedback. People send me all the time, hey Kelly, I don't want to be on Talent Tuesday, but can Spen listen to this and tell me how to fix the vocals and lay, and then can Tommy tell me how he does that thing? No ma'am, no sir, he cannot. They cannot. They don't have time. Okay, so pick one or the other, and we will be here waiting for your music. Thanks to all of our everybody who jumps in the chat every week. Good to see you all. We'll be back one more time in 2 weeks for the end of the year.
Right, which is going to be a special. It's going to be the entire Quantized team, maybe.
Oh Lord.
A Quantized team special, yeah.
Oh boy.
Which may include you think we should hit maybe Bobby Shaw, like, you know,
oh well, he's part of the team.
Yeah, some extended team. So
all right. So we look forward to closing out the year, and then we'll be back soon. We'll be announcing our 2023 party schedule real soon. We're excited about
coming
that.
along. Yep, I got a party with Charisma coming in February, so we're going to give you more information on that as well.
Can I tell them the one little sneak? I'm not going to tell them where or when.
Okay, go ahead.
DJ Spen and the Motherfunkers are making an appearance.
Are going to be making
don't tell them where.
Yeah.
Making an appearance
this
year. So last year it was all about this past year it's been all about Decadence, celebrating 10 years of Quantized recordings. Now we have moved in. We had a little delay because of COVID, but we are moving into 40 years of DJ Spen. We're going to give this man his celebration, 40 years producing.
I don't know if I like it. It makes me seem old.
Well, if the shoe fits.
You know what?
So, 40 years of DJ Spen. You started when you were 5. You started when you were 5. 40 years of DJ Spen coming up with some exciting events. So stay tuned. And you're working on a project this year. Are we going to? I mean,
we're going to get. It's going to be a gospel album. Totally gospel album. So it's going to be gospel house.
We getting a praise party.
Yeah, we're gonna get a praise party next year too, a live praise party. So
no, I meant we're getting a praise party album. We're getting a gospel.
We're getting
house.
that.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, hold on to your seatbelts. Quantized is coming for your eardrums and your radios.
And look, it's interesting that we have Seamus on because Mike Dunn and I have been talking about doing a collab that could probably only go to so we'll see where that goes.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining in. Happy holidays to you. We hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, thanks again, Seamus and Susan. We love you both. Anything you need from us, let us know.
Thank you.
And I guess we're gonna try and see if we can raid into Mike Freak. But it is your boy DJ Spen and the crew, and we are saying peace in the valley, peace in the city,
and
peace to your souls. We'll see you guys.
We're out of here. See you Sunday.
Tuesday. Yep, see you Sunday for the praise party.
What's Mike Freak's thing? Is it just Mike Freak?
Freaky Mike 69.